As you know, we love wild and off-grid camping, so Ellie is always thinking of things and ways to cook in the van. Welcome to this new mini-series about powerbank cooking in a campervan. And of course, the campervan is Merlin.
Welcome to the channel. We are Graham and Ellie. We are Wizard in the Wild.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back to the channel.
Yeah, now this is a bit different for us. Today we're at the camping and caravanning site in Devizes in Wiltshire. And we're here for a special reason, aren't we? We're gonna, Ellie's looking to produce a mini-series.
A mini-series. Sounds very...
I'll build it up.
You build it up, I'll knock them down. Yeah. It's a bit off the cuff really. Basically we've had quite a lot of our subscribers and people who are interested in the channel saying you would like to see more cooking, we'd like to see more of what you can do in the van. And often when we're out and about and travelling, it gets skimped on a little bit because we're usually preoccupied with travelling. Yeah. So I thought actually I'd spend a little bit of time on a campsite trying to produce some ideas for cooking in a van when you haven't got any LPG. So this cooking is all going to be based on using electricity, which obviously is quite helpful when LPG can be difficult to get hold of or at a premium. So it'll be a mixture of power banks and... That's right, so power bank cooking. And our inverter. No mains cooking though, but of course you could if you're on a campsite. As it happens, we've actually got electric hookup here, and that was deliberate. It was to make sure that when we did the recipes using the power bank, that we could always start with the Jackery, which is what we have, at 100%. And you can't guarantee that if you're off-grid in the winter, you can't guarantee you're going to get 100% power, you know, to cook on. So to make the experiment, as it were, make sense and make the series make sense, we needed to have a reliable source of electricity. Yeah, the main thing is that it tastes good. So no pressure. But it might not. If it's nice, then you can always say, can I have the recipe? And if I'm going to actually... But if it's not nice, you won't show them, will you? I probably will. They're a forgiving crowd. I mean, if we have any disasters, we'll show those as well. They like a laugh, don't they? Well, yeah, so do I. So yeah, so that's the plan. We're hoping to do some slightly unusual things as well. Other, you know, things that go above and beyond heating up a tin of soup, as it were, which is great. And we do it all the time with using electricity. But these are sort of longer recipes, if you like, if you've got a little bit more time. And there might be a couple of interesting things that I've never done. Well, I haven't. I've never done a couple of these things in the van before. So we'll just see how it comes out, won't we? Let the experiment commence. Yeah. If you don't see him again, I've killed him, you know, food poisoning. Oh, I'm pretty hardy. I'm cooking tea. And tonight we're going to have pasta and vegetable kind of equivalent of meatballs, and I'm going to cook them in the Instant Pot. And what's special about this is we're going to power it just on the Jackery. By now you'll know that we are doing an experiment on a campsite of just using Jackery power or power bank. Is it power bank? Jackery power. Yeah, any power bank, basically, to see how we can get on without using electric hookup or LPG. So this is what we're going to cook dinner in tonight. It's called an Instant Pot, and basically it's a baby version, so it can be taken into a camper van, and it's in fact 700 watts. So it's a low wattage device. Does lots of different things. It can pressure cook, it can saute, it can do cook rice and things like that as well, and slow cook. So it's quite versatile. We bring it in the camper usually when we're going away in the winter time because it's a great thing for soups and stews. But tonight I'm going to do a one-pot pasta. I'm going to heat some flora in the Instant Pot first of all, and then I'm going to fry off these meatballs. They're still frozen, so they will take a little while to cook. And when they're nice and brown, then I'll cook the pasta with the vegetables, and finally I'll add the sauce and we'll put cheese on top. So that's it in a nutshell. Stick with us and I'll show you what I'm doing.
As you can see, our Jackery is the 1000-watt one, which is pretty versatile, and the Instant Pot's taking just under 700 watts at the moment.
So I'm just putting in the meatballs to fry, and as they're frozen they will take a little while. But these are the Grow ones. These are the Co-op's own brand, but there are quite a few out there, and you could of course use regular meatballs if you wanted to, or make your own. But for ease I've just opened a packet of meatballs. So we're just going to let them fry away now for a few minutes. So I'm just adding the pasta to a small amount of water, and what will happen is the pasta will simmer in this water and the water will gradually evaporate. The pasta takes about 11 minutes, so in a few minutes I'm going to add the vegetables, but I don't want them to cook for quite as long as the pasta. The reason the water looks a funny colour is because there's the bits from the meatballs, so the little bits at the bottom. And there's the meatballs ready. I've just put them in a different bowl while I cook the pasta so that it can be done in one pot. Well, the pasta's about half cooked and the water's nearly evaporated. I'm now going to add the broccoli and beans, which I've chopped up so that they're nice, bite-sized pieces. And I think I'm going to need to add a little drop more water. It really is a judgment thing. When the water evaporates, you just keep adding a little bit more and a little bit more until everything is cooked. That way you don't end up with lots of water that you've got to find somewhere to throw away. So, I think that's what they call a splosh. I'm going to leave that for about 5 minutes and check on it and see how the pasta and veggies are doing. As you can see, the Jackery is down to 79%. So yeah, we've done 21% of it so far, given that it started at 100. So it's doing all right. I've just tried a bit of pasta and it's al dente, or just a little bit tough basically. And so I'm going to finish everything off together for the last 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm putting these meatballs back in to heat through because they're not quite as brown as I'd normally like. So I want to make sure they're properly cooked through. And I'm going to add the sauce, the pasta sauce. This is just a vegan basilico low-fat sauce. And give it a stir around. I might add just a tiny drop more water so it can steam. So that's finished now. So I'm just going to press cancel and switch it off and get my glamorous assistant to notice how much power we've used on the Jackery.
It's coming in at 68%.
68%. Right. What's quite good about the Instant Pot, I should say, is it does tend to cook on. I don't know if you can hear this. Maybe if you hear that? Still bubbling away. So you do get quite a lot of residual heat that you can utilise as well. So if you get organised, you can turn it off a minute before you need to and save more power. Anyway, I better dish up. Well, the meatballs have disintegrated a bit, but it does look quite tasty. There we go. I'm sure Graham will give you his verdict in a minute.
Oh, I will.
And here we are. Doesn't look too bad. I've added some pesto on top and some vegan parmesan So hopefully that'll be quite tasty.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Oh, get your laughing gear around that then, dear.
We better judge it.
Oh dear.
Well, it certainly looks very nice. Let's give it a go. I think I'll try a fork. Oh, that's really nice.
Sure it's not a case of scabby donkey?
No, that is very, very nice.
Good. At some point we'll explain to everyone the day we had that led to this cooking.
Yeah, very nice.
Good, I'm glad you're enjoying it. And this is the meal that nearly didn't happen. It's good though. Yeah, I like that. Nice.
Well, I think that says it all, doesn't it? Well, thanks very much for watching this, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the mini-series. If you have enjoyed it, do please let us know in the comments, and then we can get Ellie organised in doing some more recipes for you.